Imagine you're sitting in your living room, scrolling through your phone, and you see a headline that makes you stop and blink twice. That is exactly what happened this week when Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, a very well-known figure in Kaduna, came out with some very bold statements. He's telling the world that the government's plan to use planes and bombs to hit the hideouts of bandits and Boko Haram in the forest is a big mistake. Now, before you look away, you need to hear his reason because it has sparked a massive debate across the whole country. Gumi is saying that when these bombs are dropped in the bush, innocent people, those who may have been taken from their homes or people living nearby, could be caught in the middle. He actually used some very strong words, saying that if the government continues this way, they are acting just like the people they are trying to stop. According to him, the only real way to bring peace back to our streets and our farms is not through fire and power, but through sitting down, talking, and negotiating. He believes that change happens slowly and that we need to understand why these groups are doing what they are doing before we can stop them. It's a very deep situation, right? On one hand, you have a man who has actually gone into these forests himself to talk to these groups, and he says he has seen thousands of them who are ready to listen. But on the other hand, many people are asking, how long can we keep talking while people are still afraid to travel? It feels like a tug of war between using a hard approach and a soft approach. This story is getting even more interesting because while Gumi is calling for peace talks, the military is getting more advanced tools to protect the people. If you are finding this update helpful and want to stay informed on how this affects our safety and our future, please take a second right now to hit that like button. It really helps the channel reach more people. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You don't want to miss the next part of this story because things are changing every single day. Now, let's look at the other side of the gist. While Sheikh Gumi is asking for dialogue, many groups are worried that talking too much makes the bad actors feel like they can get away with anything. Some people are even calling for Gumi to be questioned because they feel his words might give these groups more confidence. It's a very thin line to walk. Are we supposed to forgive and negotiate to save lives, or do we need to show that there are consequences for breaking the law? The gist is that the whole country is divided on this. Some say Gumi is a peacemaker trying to save the innocent, while others say he's being too soft on people who have caused a lot of pain. It makes you wonder, if you were the one making the final decision for the country, which path would you take? Would you pick up the megaphone to talk, or would you give the green light for the mission to continue? Don't forget to subscribe so you can be part of our community discussions. Your opinion matters here, and we want to hear what you think about this negotiation versus action debate. To give you the full picture, the government hasn't just been sitting back and listening to these suggestions. In fact, top officials have made it very clear that nobody is above the law. They have invited the Sheikh for questioning in the past to explain some of his statements, especially when those statements seem to challenge the work our brave soldiers are doing on the front lines. The official stance remains firm. The government says it will not pay ransoms, as they believe this only encourages more kidnappings and funds the very groups causing the trouble. What makes this even more intense is that we are seeing a major shift in how the military operates. Just recently, in early 2026, we've seen reports of international experts, including advisors from the US, arriving to help train our troops in more advanced ways to handle these threats. There have even been high-tech operations involving drone strikes and precise movements to clear out these hideouts once and for all. So, while the Sheikh is calling for a slow, talk-first approach, the engines of the military are actually revving up faster than ever. This is why your support for this channel is so important. We stay on top of these fast-moving stories so you don't have to. If you appreciate us breaking down these complex security updates into simple gist, please like the video right now. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Being part of our community means you are always the first to know what is really happening behind the headlines. The public reaction has been like a volcano. On social media, you'll see thousands of Nigerians saying, "We've talked enough. It's time for action." They point to the innocent lives lost and the villages destroyed. But then you'll see another group of people, especially those in the affected communities, who are terrified. They wonder if a fire-for-fire approach will only lead to more collateral damage, which is just a fancy way of saying innocent people getting hurt by mistake. It's a heartbreaking situation for everyone involved. Sheikh Gumi has even pointed to global events like peace deals in other countries to argue that even the worst enemies eventually have to sit at a table and talk. He says, why wait 10 years and lose thousands of lives before talking when we can talk now? It's a question that makes a lot of people pause. But the big question remains, can you really trust a group that has broken promises before? Many governors have tried peace deals in the past only for them to fall apart. So as we watch the military increase its presence and the Sheikh continue his calls for dialogue, we are at a major crossroads. The decisions made this month could change the map of security in Nigeria forever. We are all hoping for a Nigeria where everyone can sleep with both eyes closed, regardless of which method gets us there.